20% of people are absolutely unhappy with their jobs.
I don't wanna work. I just wanna bang on this mug all day.
Did you ask me here for any specific reason?
They're miserable, barely dragging themselves from their 9 to 5, and then morbidly exhausted by the end of the day. Zero energy to do absolutely anything else. It sucks. Is that really a way to live? Your work accounts for practically 50% of your life. That means half the time you're alive, you hate your existence. You're miserable.
I hate my life.
You always hear the cliche term, pursue your passions, but nobody teaches you how. Let me be the one to show you the way.
You don't know the way. Do you know the way?
I know the way.
You have to have a good life.
First, we need to understand why picking a good career you are passionate about is important. Because you're going to be working at your job for a long time, maybe even decades, it's extremely important to do something that isn't going to burn you out physically and mentally. Work-related mental health issues like anxiety and depression are more common than you think, with an estimated 6.5 million Canadian workers suffering from mental health issues caused by work in 2022. That's around 30% of the Canadian workforce. The main causes of this are being overworked, poor management, toxic coworkers, and low-paying salaries. Another leading cause, which is often overlooked, is simply not liking your job, which can make your 9 to 5 absolutely miserable. Let's use an example. Back in 2017, I was working at a call center to earn some money during summers. There I saw hundreds of folks in their late 20s and early 30s that were chasing quick cash. I was probably one of the youngest person there, and it was a terrible job. I barely lasted 4 months. I couldn't imagine someone doing this shit for years.
That's it. I can't take it no more.
Dealing with annoying customers who have nothing better to do than bitching, that shit gets to your head.
Really quite absurd.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, you little motherfucker. You fucking little fucking motherfucker.
Jobs like this are meant to be temporary to help you get your footing in the world. But to these people, this was a career progression. Sure, no one jumps out of the bed in the morning with a smile on their face because they have to go to work, no matter what job they might be doing, unless they happen to be working on set of 2007 Transformers, getting to see Megan Fox every day, and you spend majority of your life having fun. This can do wonders for your mental health. But we still haven't answered the main question. How can you pick a career that you are passionate about? But let's dive deeper. The first thing and most obvious thing you should be doing is thinking about what you enjoy. Do you have any hobbies or anything you enjoyed doing growing up? Think about a career focused around that. Take a look online for related careers if you aren't sure what jobs might involve your hobby. Then read into them. Maybe you'll find something you really like the idea of doing. Make sure to think about the future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you still be enjoying your career, or is it going to turn into a burden? It's a bit like giving the job itself an interview. For me, that started with gaming. I was always addicted to video games, but my parents couldn't stand it. They refused to pay for my gaming obsession, and I was often left without opportunities to get the latest and trending games that my friends were playing. This got me into hacking. More specifically, cracking video games to be able to play them for free. Over time, I picked up programming languages like Java and scripting languages like Bash. I started gaining an interest in the field, and I could picture myself doing this for years to come. Before you jump to the conclusion that my situation is unique because software engineering is such a booming and lucrative industry, let's do a thought exercise for a different passion. Let's say you're deeply into music. You love listening to music, you love composing music as well. You've taught yourself how to play a guitar and even wrote your own songs. It's a form of escape from reality, and it helps you make sense of your thoughts and feelings. Now, becoming a musician is ultra competitive. Only the top 0.1% make 99% of the money, and the rest are barely scraping by. But that isn't the only way to crack into music. There's tons of open roles and innovative companies building the future of music. You have companies like Spotify and Apple Music making significant progress in that space. You also have startups like SoundHound developing the future of the audio space. These companies have tons of opportunities, not just limited to producing music. You have roles in product management where you can design the experience of consuming music. You have roles like marketing management where you can produce content to advertise the musicians. Heck, Spotify even has roles to create playlists full-time. Imagine just putting together music lists of your favorite songs for a living. Yeah, these jobs exist. Another thing to consider is your goals. Think about the thing you want to have in life and the salary you will need in order to achieve it. Think a couple years into the future, as your goals won't be achieved immediately. Keep it realistic and achievable, otherwise all that's waiting for you is disappointment. But we aren't Jeff Bezos out here. Now that you've got a goal and a salary in mind, see if there's any job related to your hobbies out there that make this salary. This is the hardest part, as it might be the deal breaker for a lot of opportunities. You might find that there are no jobs relating to your hobby that makes your desired salary. For me, that goal was to own a property and a vehicle. The bare minimum to have a comfortable life in Canada. Also, I wanted to have some extra income to travel around the world and spend my free time playing video games. This lifestyle would require about $120,000 a year in Canada, which I have achieved 1 year out of school. I kept my expectations realistic, lived within my means, and now I'm a proud owner of a property and a car. If your lifestyle expectation far exceeds your career prospects, you should re-evaluate your goals. If you're aiming past 6 figures, you might be aiming a bit too high for your desired industry, as most jobs sadly don't reach those figures. But if your heart is set on the salary you originally picked, it could be a good idea to take a look at jobs that meet the salary. Explore a bit. You might find a job that you like the idea of, you've never even thought about or didn't even know about. If you still can't find anything, consider weighing your salary expectations against your actual work experience. Sometimes it can be better to aim a bit lower but have a job that's less stressful. Salary and passion are both very important to finding a job you'll love. You can have a good salary and hate the work, or have a terrible salary but like the work. You are unlikely to stay passionate long term unless both expectations are met. Your best bet is to continue experimenting and giving yourself more time. In the long run, you'll eventually find your dream career. You'll look at your early struggles and truly be proud of yourself. Watch this video next to get closer to your goals. Peace.